Hello and welcome to Thought for December the 8th. Our readings are Job chapter 10, Micah chapter 6 and James chapter 2. And our thought is, faith was completed. Today we continued meditating on the epistle of James and his important observations on the quality of faith that a believer needs to have. The Jews were very good at reasoning and talking, and we can see that in the speeches of Job's friends, and also in the religious leaders who had encounters with Jesus and had confidence in being children of Abraham, as John 8 verse 39 records. It is evident from James' letter that he saw a need to emphasize that faith is not just something you talk about and discuss to make sure you have a true faith. You then live your life by building on that faith, showing it by actions as well as words. Next week, when we read Peter's letters, we must note his blunt words. You, who by God's power are being guarded through faith for salvation, if necessary, you have been grieved by various trials, so that the tested genuineness of your faith, more precious than gold that perishes, may be found to result in praise and glory and honour at the revelation of Jesus Christ. 1 Peter 1 verses 5 to 7. James challenges, show me your faith apart from your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. Chapter 2 verse 18. He becomes very blunt, stating faith apart from works is useless. Verse 20. But what does he mean by works? Works alone apart from faith is also useless, in the eternal sense. A lot of good works are encouraged in our part of the world, especially to give money to various charity organisations. These works have only value for the here and now. James gives the example of Abraham and all he did in serving God. He did what God asked him to do, even to the point of being ready to offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice. Then James makes the point that his faith was completed by his works. Verse 22. James then gives an example which is appropriate today in some countries more than others, but may well become worldwide as more and more human governments fail to function properly. He writes, if a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says to them, go in peace, be warmed and filled, without giving them the things needed for the body, what benefit is that? So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. Verses 15 to 17. Now, note what Paul writes on this. As we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. Galatians 6 verse 10. Soon we will be reading the last message of Jesus, the challenging book of Revelation. Note chapter 2 verse 23. I am he who searches mind and heart. I will give to each of you as your works deserve. That is, works done to complete your faith. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, knowing that Word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.